What's up, fellow boot lovers? Metal Boot Guy here. And today I've got another pair of boots that has been sitting in my closet, so I decided to film a video on them. Okay, so this pair of boots I got the exact same time that I got the Coach Rambler. Truman did this build at the same time, and as soon as I hit the site, I went ahead and snatched them. It's going to be the Stone Rambler Uplands, and this is a pair that I've actually wanted for a really long time. And this was due to Dale from Dale's Leatherworks. I saw his video years ago and just absolutely fell in love with them and just never took the plunge into actually ordering a pair. So when Truman put these on the site, and again, the exact build that I would have got mine in, I went ahead and snatched them up. So let's unbox them and see how they look. All right, I'm super excited for these. Been wanting these for a long time. Not sure why I never ordered these before. So I went ahead and got these. It was a pretty easy decision when Truman was running their 25% off for the day after Thanksgiving, which really ended up being a almost all of December sale. So thanks, Truman. So this is the same leather as the Coach Ramblers, just obviously a different color. Again, you get your leather laces, cotton laces, your card. Let's see how these bad boys look. So yeah, these look fantastic. I will honestly say I like the Coach Ramblers better. I think that's just because, this is, while there is color variation, I think the Coach Ramblers just popped a little more with the orange, but I knew what I was getting, and I've wanted it. I love how there's, again, you've got the darker tones contrasting with the lighter tones. You've got all the little veins and everything, all the imperfections. This is a sweet, sweet boot. Again, same build that I prefer, minus the storm welt. That's all right. You got the heavy lug. You got the pull tab, the Uplands, hooks and eyes. I've actually come to really like the top eyelet. My other Truman boots, I did eyes and all hooks. So, but yeah, you can get in here and just see. If you ever have a chance, if you're interested in these, grab you a pair, because in person they just look a bajillion times better. Let's take a look at that tongue. Yep, tongue's looking dope. So very nice. Very nice. Let's take a look at the left boot here. Ooh, this one's actually a little bit more unique. You've got some crazy scarring or something going on here. Lots of veins, lots of color variations, lots of marks. Another one right here. Toes looking crazy. In a good way, in a good way. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, I really like how it's kind of like some streaks here of the darker. That's cool. Yeah, these are awesome. Take a look at that tongue. Yeah, oh yeah, that tongue's badass. So they built these the exact same way as those Coaches, fully lined. And I got these in the 8.5, of course. And I'm glad that I did, because those Coaches in my other video fit great. Truman heavy lug. And in case anybody hasn't seen the video, Rose Anvil finally did a Truman video. I think it was a month or two ago. But the puncture test on the Truman heavy lug, which is almost identical to the Vibram 100. Of course, the Vibram has the diamonds here, not a name. And the Vibram lugs extend a little further down, but I wear my Truman heavy lug to work and it works just fine. Don't even notice a difference. But it got third in the puncture test, and so that's pretty commendable. You know, they didn't cheapen out on the build quality, and that was one thing I was a little concerned about. You know, because Vibram, you know, they have a history of and a reputation, and so when you're building an in-house brand, you know, it's possible for some companies to tend to do things cheaply, save money. And so when you're paying a premium price for a product and you're getting that certain brand, you kind of expect a certain amount of quality. And I don't think that we've lost any quality in the Truman Heavy Lug. So that's a good thing. But yeah, here they are. I'm going to go ahead and put them on. All right, so here they are on feet. I figured I would not bore you guys with watching me lace them up this time. I didn't intend for that Coach Rambler video to be almost 40 minutes long. It just ended up like that. Although I do feel like a lot of the stuff I was saying was, you know, useful information to who it applied to, but I know not everybody wants to watch a freaking, 40-minute freaking video. So figured I'd make this one a little shorter and get some better lighting here. But yeah, I really like this dark brown. It looks crazy, and it looks a lot nicer than just having like a regular solid brown boot. You know, just the texture and the variation. I just think it looks, you know, pretty badass. And again, I'm just wearing the same jeans and a black t-shirt. You know, it looks fine in my opinion. I mean, you can kind of style your boots however you want. They're your boots. It's your life. And this leather is from CF Stead Leather. They're in, I believe, Leeds, UK, which I think is pretty cool. I'm all about the made in America, but I think that it's kind of cool to, you know, pick up some leather from a tannery that's been around for a while and just something different, unique, you know. I mean, they make a sweet leather. It's very popular. Lots of people like it. The boots feel great. The lining hasn't bothered me at all. I would definitely recommend picking yourself up a pair. Sorry, the lighting is terrible right there. That's where those marks were I was trying to show you. Right on. So yeah, super happy with how these turned out as well. With the Rambler leather, since it has all the like original markings from the animal, you know, each pair is going to be different. So if somebody else buys a pair of this leather, you're not going to get the exact same look as mine, or another pair that you see on YouTube or elsewhere. And that's what's so cool about it. The only downside is like with the coaches, for instance, like I like the dark quarters, the lighter vamp. I like the contrast. So if I would have gotten an all orange pair, I mean, it would have been great. You know, it's just, it sucks that you don't really have any control over that. So, but you know, you just have to know that going in. Like I said, I feel like the pair that Dell got in the stone looked, you know, his parts of the hide, I just like better than mine. But I mean, I love these. These look fantastic. I have no complaints whatsoever. It just surprises me that I actually like the coaches more than the stone when I wanted to have nothing to do with the coach for years. And I've been dying to get a pair of the stone forever. But I mean, that's life. We all change. So one thing I will point out though, like I was saying, so you know, this is the exact same leather as the coach. Obviously, it's just a different color. And they also line this one, and so you can kind of tell here where the tongue is just, you know, thinner than the rest of the boot, and that's because of the lining in the rest of the boot versus the tongue. You know, it's a little lighter weight leather than most of the other leathers that Truman carries. that are generally 6 ounces or above. These are 4.5, but because they shrunk the fibers of the hide, it still makes it super durable. So even though it's a little thinner, it's still probably just as durable as your general 6 ounce leather or whatever, what have you. So I mean, I know a guy that hunts in a Rambler, so he doesn't, he hasn't had any complaints. So I know a guy that works in his Ramblers. He doesn't have any complaints. So I personally won't be doing any of those things because I want to keep my Ramblers looking sharp. These will be casual use, but if that's something you're concerned about, like, don't be. I mean, they'll be great, and especially if you get a pair that's lined, you've got that extra thickness in them. So um, hopefully you guys like these. If anybody was interested in this and I gave you a good look, awesome. And I've got another pair of boots coming in tomorrow, and I can't wait to show those ones off. I don't know why they caught my eye, but they did, so I got them. And I'll see you in that video. See you guys later.